It does. Perfect. I'll let you do it. Hi, are you guys? This is the candle that we're making tonight at our candle and cocktail workshop. It is a Beetlejuice margarita. I'm gonna pass out some shakers. I'm gonna start with the cocktail, and then we'll sip on our cocktail. I've got some charcuterie and snacks for you guys. So that way you can sip on your margarita, have some snacks, and then we'll start the candle making afterwards, okay? So I know you said it's not your first rodeo with the drink mixing. Okay. Okay, well, no judging, okay? So anyway, okay. So so you have 5 ingredients that's gonna go. I'm gonna pass.
Does make it easier, yes.
That's okay, because you have enough left for your candle.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll let you pass that way. So you're going to take your lime and give it a little squeeze, and then rim the an ice bucket. So glass pretty much all the way to the top. Yes. The lighter one is an apple, a sour apple, and the darker one is a melon liqueur. So you're just gonna, in your shaker, not your glass, we're gonna dump all these ingredients into our shakers. No, you don't have to. It's all pre-measured, so you're just gonna dump it in. And there's no order. So you can really just start dumping everything, but I'll kind of tell you what we're doing as we go along. Then you also should have a lime juice. So you pour your lime juice in. And then the clear is 2 ounces of tequila. The recipe says 1.5 ounces, but I used 2. And then the last thing that you have is this syrup here, which is agave. So you can, or if you don't want to use it, you don't have to. This is just going to sweeten it because it is kind of sour. So if you want to sweeten it, if you like it really sweet, use the whole thing. If you want it half sweet, use half of it. So you'll just dump that in. And then once you have all 5 ingredients in, go ahead and put your lid on, and then we're going to start shaking. You're going to shake it up really good to get shaken. Then you're going to remove this top lid, and you're just going to pour color. And then I use my lime and all. I just kind of do a little squeeze of my lime and throw that in there. And then everybody has a cute little eyeball on their tray in this little cup. And again, this is optional, just kind of a garnish. And so what I do with the eye, it's a gummy eyeball, yeah. So you can just take your eyeball and just float it right on the top there. There is one there. And that is our Beetlejuice margarita. Cheers. Cheers. This is my Jolly Rancher kind of. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so at this point, charcuterie board, there's some dirt cups, which is Oreos and like a vanilla pudding and gummy worms, and then the chocolate covered.
I have some bad memories of non-liqueur, so.
Oh, do you? A glass. And you should have 4 items. You should have a wick, a cotton wick, looks like this. You should have 2 stickers, a round black and a yellow and white. This is a double-sided sticker. That's how we're going to put our wicks in, and then everybody should have this fun little eyeball. Does everybody have everything? Yes. Okay. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do, if you choose, you can peel off this black sticker, and you're just going to place it on the bottom of your glass, just like this. So it's just gonna go on there like this. Just as you can, I kind of go by this little dot that's, I think most of the glasses have like a little dot in the center. So you'll just center your wick and just stick it to the bottom of the glass there. And then you can take your, the gold spoon and you can just tap down on the metal part like this just to make sure that it's stuck in the glass good. So just give it a few little taps. And basically you're gonna fill it kind of the same as we did the drink, like about 3/4 of the way full. And if you need more ice cubes, let me know. But this should be enough to fill your glass up. So it'll look like this. I'm gonna put a few more ice cubes in your drink. This is a Prosecco and raspberry fragrance that we're using today. So I'm gonna come fill your little gold jigger. So if you guys wanna put those on your tray, I'll come by and give you a shot of fragrance here. Important not to touch this part. If you're gonna touch it, use the handle. Don't do anything until we get it all passed out, because we're all gonna do a certain way of mixing it together with our fragrance, and we're gonna add some fun color to it. So to the black pitcher of the hot wax.
I don't know why, but I love it when you say jigger.
Jigger. Jigger. I know. Well, I was corrected because I was calling it a shot glass, and someone's like, that is not a shot glass, it is a jigger. I was like, okay. The little handle. Green powder. This is mica, which is a pigment. It's a natural pigment, so this is what we're going to use to give it that really cool green color. So you just dump this whole thing right into your pitcher, and then you'll take your gold spoon, and we're going to stir. We're going to stir it for a little, about between 2 and 3 minutes. The reason that we stir it for 2 to 3 minutes is so we make sure, that the mica gets really blended well into the wax, but also the fragrance, because if you don't, you can't really over stir it, but you can under stir it. If you don't stir it long enough, the fragrance can separate from the wax and kind of float to the top. And that happens with some candles if you light them and they smell really good, and then maybe an hour or 2 later you're like, I don't really smell it that much anymore. It's maybe because it just wasn't blended. Isn't that so pretty? Your candle, so it's going to dry like this. It's going to dry more of kind of a solid, like opaque color, but when you burn it, it's going to turn into that really pretty shimmery green. Now I'm gonna hold the pitcher by the handle, and you're just gonna pour your wax over your ice cubes and just So
we want to cover?
Yes, you want to cover all that ice. Once you get the ice covered, you can stop. Perfect. Yep, you can just use it all. Awesome. We're gonna wait just a couple of seconds and give it just a minute to kind of start setting a little bit.
Okay, hold.
And then, so everybody has their eyeball, right? Their green eyeball. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna let it set for about 2 more minutes, maybe 2-3 minutes, just to make sure it's kind of starting to firm up some. And then what I would recommend doing is floating on the top of your drink. So this is kind of how it's going to look when you're done. But you know, so cute, huh?
But then I made. I was gonna say that's not gonna.